Today marks the first monthsary for Joss and I here in Paris. In that month, we've done a lot of things, we've seen a lot of things, and I guess we can say we've gotten to know Paris more than ever before. But you know how it always is when you get to a new city. There's some things you love and some things you don't love. On my beautiful iPhone 7, I have a list of 5 things that I love about Paris and 5 things that I don't like about Paris. My beautiful wife is here with me.
Hello.
She doesn't know what points I wrote down. Today we're gonna see if she agrees with me or not.
Yeah, I'm just here for moral support.
Great.
For context, neither of us is French.
What? So I'm always gonna say a thing that I don't like and then a thing that I like.
To keep it interesting.
So you stick around. We're gonna start with point number 1, and it's about a thing that I don't like. Since we got here, everybody that we talked to told us that in Paris you have to be aware of pickpockets.
Thieves, if you may.
Everybody has told us, be careful with your phones, be careful with your backpacks. Always have your backpacks in the front when you're in the train.
We've already talked to I think 3 people that have told us they have gotten their phones stolen in the metro. And the 3rd day after we arrived to Paris, Yannick was carrying our backpack, and out of nowhere I noticed it was completely open. Somebody opened it for you, for sure.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But nothing was missing because there was nothing interesting inside, I guess.
Yeah,
But yeah, I guess someone opened my backpack. So I don't like that I have to be careful with my stuff.
I think this is a problem that most big cities have. So it's probably not that different than like Mexico City or Barcelona, but it's still not the best feeling.
I've lived in Berlin and I'm from Hamburg, also big cities. And I never cared. Like I never took care of my stuff. Well, I guess it also happens,
No,
but
that's
not
not
in the
gonna
extent that people are like, oh, be careful.
Yeah, here is like a very big problem for sure.
One thing that I really like about Paris is how international it is.
Oh yeah.
You can find people from all around the world and you can find restaurants with every type of cuisine you like.
Yeah, I love it. It's so international. I agree.
Nice.
I agree. It makes me feel alive, you know?
Yeah.
Nice, nice. I gotta say, it's definitely more international than Germany. I see
Yeah.
every color, every shade, every language. I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean?
I guess.
I didn't say anything, dude.
The next point that I don't like about Paris at all is every time when I enter a train or a bus.
I know.
It's like 95% of the times
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
I smell and it stinks, dude. It just doesn't smell good.
No. 90% of the times we have taken the metro, it smells like sweat.
Yeah.
I've gotten used to it,
I haven't.
but it doesn't smell good, no. And the other day I smelled like sweat. I forgot to wear deodorant. And I smelled, but I was like, at least I can, nobody knows, you know?
Yeah,
we
like-
all smell.
We're just collective smelling.
Yeah. No, but I bought a deodorant in the store.
The next thing that I love about Paris is the atmosphere at night. We were walking down the Seine. I think it's the Seine, right? The river.
Yeah, yeah.
It was full of people. There were like thousands, if not millions.
Yeah, I got it. No,
Hundred
exaggerate.
thousands of people sitting at the Seine, just chilling, hanging out.
Yeah, and sometimes the place looks dirty and smells like pee, but everybody's having fun. Like, you don't need to be in a very fancy place
Yeah.
to hang out.
Yeah, and there's so many, also like people in our age, out and about, and the restaurants, some of them close really late, which is like a shock for me as a
It's
German, because in
amazing.
German it's like 10 and closed.
Yes.
Get out.
It's amazing. I love it. Maybe we should move to Paris. I'm so happy here. I love it here.
Yeah.
It makes you want to go out more and hang out, make friends.
By the way,
Okay.
in case you're wondering why I'm like this, as if I'm
Cool.
super tired, it's because Joss is so short, so I have to be like leaning back. It's
I'm
not that
also like
comfy.
that a little bit.
No, don't.
I didn't know it was
I'm
because
doing
of
this
that.
for nothing then. If I stand up straight, I'm like this.
Something I really like, and this is something we don't have in Mexico, the picnic culture. People are always having picnics in different parts of the city,
Yeah.
and that's awesome.
Something else that I don't like that much about Paris, you just mentioned it kind of, how expensive food is, and especially drinks in the restaurants. Not in every restaurant, but there was one restaurant where half a liter of Coke, a glass of Coke, was 9 euros. I've never seen a price like that.
And Caesar salads are 16 euros.
for salad.
I think the problem with Paris is that there's a lot of tourists and there's a lot of tourist traps. So a lot of restaurants look beautiful, but the prices are incredibly high.
So I think you really need to figure out which are the nice restaurants that are not that expensive. And we already found some really nice restaurants, I have to say.
Today we had a pizza for €6.
$6.90.
$6.90.
Yeah, pretty good. And it's delicious. It's not only about the restaurants, but also about the supermarkets. Especially cosmetic products or like hygiene products are super overpriced here.
Yeah. Good thing that we have Natol, which, by the way, this video is brought to you by Natol.co. Yeah, we're sponsoring ourselves today.
Only in Mexico though. The only cheap supermarkets that we found were Aldi and Lidl, which are German.
Yeah.
German supermarket chains. The next thing is something that I love about Paris. Still about restaurants. A lot of the times food and drinks are very expensive, but you get free water. And that's what the people told us at least. Tip is already included.
Yes.
Which makes the price at least a little bit cheaper at the end of the day.
Hopefully it's true because we haven't been tipping since a French person told us, oh, you don't have to tip.
Yeah.
But maybe he was just a bad tipper. But yeah, that's also very good. Not like in Germany, we have to pay $2.50 for Regionalwasser.
For tap water, $2.50. What the hell? Point number 4 when it comes to things that I don't like about Paris is that crosswalks are useless.
This is a classic German point.
Why do they even exist? You arrive at a crosswalk, you think, oh, it's here so the cars that arrive are gonna stop and let you go. But no, they couldn't care less. They drive and drive and drive. And yeah, every now and then there's a person that stops. But a lot of the times, they just keep driving.
For me, it was a shock when I went to Germany that cars were actually stopping. I was like, they respect me? What?
In connection to that point, people just walk on red. Like in New York. Like they don't care if it's red or green. They go whenever, and even if a car is coming, they're like, hey, stop. What?
We saw that.
We saw that the other day.
We saw a guy walking slow as he could be during red, and he was like,
you wait now. I mean, if the police doesn't care and everybody does it, maybe that's like the culture. I'm just embracing the French culture, what can I say? The last thing that I don't like about Paris is also about the streets in Paris. And that's how the people drive.
yeah.
They go nuts sometimes. They're so loud and so fast. And the sidewalk is like this. And you're like, oh man, hopefully there's no bus coming, hitting me from behind.
It feels like you could lose an arm. It's scary. It's also more annoying for us because we live somewhere like right in front of a main street. So the whole time we cannot open our windows because like and it's supposed to be a 30 zone and nobody's driving 30. I'm 100% sure of that. Well, like
That's very
90%.
sure. As if
I'm 90,
no one
90.
is driving 30. As if you're just looking out the window the whole day. Like,
90%.
maybe like 50%. And I googled it. That's what the people say about drivers in Paris.
Oh yeah?
They're driving recklessly.
Now in Mexico too. Mexico City.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that in other places not.
Yeah, we're not
Same
comparing.
or
You're
worse.
right, you're right. And to be honest, I'm so annoyed at the drivers, going back to the crosswalk thing, that I always cross without even looking. Because if I see that it's my right to cross, I don't care.
Maybe it works differently here in Paris, on France. And you're
No.
actually, it's not your right to go whenever you want.
It's not,
You're like,
what if it's I thought it was my right to go. Well,
and I always tell her, still look before you walk.
no, I'm like, they have to wait for me. I don't have to wait for them. But I don't know. You're right. I haven't looked for them. Oh
So
my god.
be careful, dude.
I need to be more careful.
Now, last but not least, the thing that I love about Paris is all the crepes.
Times two.
The fact that you can buy crepes pre-made in the supermarket. 4 crepes, they're actually delicious. For $2.50.
Reason enough to move to Paris.
Yeah.
From now on, we're gonna start counting how many crepes we eat. I think we're gonna reach like
100.
100. It has been amazing.
Oh my god.
I love it too.
Now, if you have anything to add, go for it.
The city is amazing. There's so many things to do. There's so many cool places to look at. There's so many areas for people to just hang out and party or like have a drink or just sit down. I don't know. I feel like the city is just very pintoresque. I love it. I love it.
Like here in La Défense.
La Défense is beautiful.
It's very beautiful.
The Louvre, we went at night and I was like, I could cry. I was like, my life is a movie.
I love it too. It's a very beautiful city. I feel like my back is
Yeah, you're like
broken now.
You recorded the video like this.
Yeah, I've been standing like this for half an hour.
Let's go.
So I'm gonna talk like this now.
Let's go, because also the later it gets, the more likely it is to be riots here.
If you agree with us, let us know. If you don't, let us know. Bye. Tschüss.
Au revoir.
Salut.